last two. First war is up against Pops. Right now I'm on Path 9. Using Shang here, I'm going to take on Path 9 and Node 21. First up here we got Magneto. Pretty easy fight for Shang. He's not metal, so I don't got to worry about any of the ability accuracy reduction or anything like that. So typical Shang fight on hazard shift. I'm just going to medium, light, medium, and heavy, and then I'm going to throw a massive special 2, and then move on to the next one. Actually, I don't think, I don't finish it in one special 2 here, but there's nothing really risky about this fight. It's not like Void, where the longer the fight goes on, the more likely you are to take damage. So, but speaking of Void, next up I got Void, and this one goes by really quick because Shang's basically built for this fight. So, I believe I have skill boost on, so if the first special 2 doesn't kill Void, the second one definitely will. So, but same thing, medium, light, mediums, heavies. Before a heavy, so if I already have cleanse charges and his timer is about to go up, I wait before I heavy, so that way I can just cleanse his debuff. So like right here you can see the timer, and I waited. That way I just never have a debuff on me from him. And then, yeah, I think one special 2 might be enough, but no. So one more special 2. And easy life. Next up, this is an interesting fight on Node 21. I have Hulkling that I'm taking with Shang. But Shang totally rocks this fight, so not even a huge deal at all. Goes really well. Just going to top Shang off real quick here, just, every little bit of health counts in these wars. But yeah, this fight goes really well. I think Shang's probably one of the better Node 21 counters. Yeah, I throw an Invul on because I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure exactly how well this is going to go. If Hulkling hits the block, right out of the gate, didn't get the parry. So good thing I had the Invul, huh? But yeah, originally I put the Invul on because, if Hulkling hits your block too many times, it goes unblockable, and he can be kind of fidgety sometimes when you're trying to bait a special, and he'll clip you. So, but yeah, this fight goes pretty well. He goes down pretty quick too. Unfortunately, I think right here on this special 2 that I throw, he's got the indestructible, so that kind of sucks. But I still got the power back from it, which is nice. But yeah, I'm just gonna keep baiting these specials because he has the 50% special node. So if he throws a special, he still keeps 50% of his power. And he's being stingy. And then this special 3, I wait until I can just hit him once and then throw it. That way I don't end up giving him indestructible. Yeah, so this one gets full damage. But we're almost done. But yeah, this fight went pretty well. I was surprised. I thought it was going to be a little bit more sketchy, but other than the freaking parry at the beginning of the fight that I just didn't get, it went really well. So that's my last Shang fight. Rest of these are going to be Omega Red. I got Man-Thing on 26. I take Node 26 a lot, so I'm pretty used to this node. And Man-Thing's like no big deal for Omega Red. It's a really easy fight usually. So yeah, I'm just going to build up my spores here. I have a Wags here too, so that helps with the conflictor. So I can just start pairing right out of the gate, so I have to build spores. Lock those in, then I'm going to keep adding some on. Then once, he's in bleed phase, I can hit him and then keep the death field up. Try not to hit him too much during shock phase so I don't take a bunch of damage, because don't want to use all my freaking potions, which I use quite a few. Omega Red's kind of a potion heavy champ sometimes. Right here I'm on Path 9 on the second node in section 2, so I'm taking Killmonger on that. This is a super easy fight with Omega Red. yeah, not much to say here. I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm going to build up spores, try to only use mediums so that I don't take damage back from his armor. Yeah, and he melts super fast. So, yeah, and I'm in bleed phase again, so here I can just hit him a couple times, keep the death field up, and then right here, I threw some light attacks that I shouldn't have, but it is what it is. I just wanted to finish the fight. I didn't take very much damage, so. This fight, oh man, this Juggernaut fight, I got assigned this fight with Omega Red, and I didn't really think much of it, but I did not realize how the flourish buffs react with this Rich Get Richer node. I didn't even think about it, so yeah, this fight gets wild. I'm super thankful that I put an Invul boost on because, well, you'll see. But yeah, you know, typical OR fight. I'm just trying to build my spores up. And then I'm looking at his power bar. I'm like, man, that is going up quick. Oh, crap. So he gets his first special 3. So this is 1 out of 3 special 3s that I can eat without it being a big deal. So he throws the first one. Luckily, I locked my spores in early on. Gets another special 3. I'm like, uh-oh. If he gets another special 3 after this, I'm going to be in big trouble because he's getting power super fast. So I see that I'm close to his special 3, so I lock my spores in real quick. Luckily, he throws that special 2, so it gave me a second to do some damage. I'm going to throw my special 3 so that I power drain him. And I'm just hoping that while he's power draining, I have enough time to finish the fight before he gets another special 3, because then I'm going to be in big trouble. So he's power draining. I'm trying to parry, finally get it, throw my special 2. And then by this point, I'm like, all right, I got to get this wrapped up quick here. So, you know, he gets another special 3. I'm like, oh no. Well, luckily he throws that heavy, and I had enough time to finish the fight. So yeah, it was a little sketchy. And then last but not least, we had a Korg boss, which I wasn't originally assigned, but someone took the hazard shift node down because they weren't going to have time the next day to do that fight. And so instead of ghosting it, they sent me in with Omega Red, which, you know, I was more than happy to do because Korg boss with Omega Red isn't a big deal. It's a pretty easy fight, and I was pretty excited to take a boss fight finally. This is the first boss I've taken this season, so it's always fun to be the boss killer. But yeah, it goes really well. You know, I'm going to try my best here when he throws a heavy not to Dex, because Dexing Korg is a no-no. But I'm also trying to build up as many spores as I can, so I'm just trying to stay close to him right now, locking my spores real quick, which was a little sketchy, but I got it. And then I'm going to try to push him up to special 2, which with the flourish buffs makes it a lot easier, actually. So I kind of like Korg as tactic, because you can just keep pushing him to his special 2. And then I use his special 2s to lock in my spores again, which the timing was really good. I think I throw a special 2 here in a minute after this one, yeah. So I'm going to lock spores right into special 2. And then that also fate sealed him. So now while I have death field up, I can play aggressive and not push him to a special 3. Special 1, I could dex it, but there's no point in doing that, you know. Why risk it? Then he got a little passive there for a second. Another special 2, death field's back up. So now I have him in his corner, which when I'm playing Korg, or playing Omega Red against Korg, I like having him in his corner. It makes him a little bit easier to deal with because I can lock spores in a lot easier, and then also he's a little bit more predictable when he's in his corner. Obviously, when you're in your corner against Korg, it's a really big deal because, you know, you're going to keep dexing and you're going to be screwed. So having him in his corner is it's a really big deal when you're fighting Korg. But yeah, he's melting. I don't really have a lot of spores on him at the moment, but now that he's in his corner and I get this special 2, now we're going to see the damage start coming in. So I'm going to be able to get my spores built up on him. And then I lock these in, so now he's just going to die. I mean, that's plenty of spore damage, even for a boss health level. Like Omega Red spore damage is just nasty, so easy boss solo. Felt really good about that one. It's one of my best wars in a while. This next war is up against good old GGIR, baby. And, yeah, there's a little bit of trash talking and stuff. We had some guys that were friends and not friends, and so this was an interesting war. We were also down one person. We had someone that had to leave for personal reasons, so we were missing somebody on defense, and we're like, all right, if we want to win, we have to play really well, and we have to have at least 2, if not 3, more attack bonus than they do. So, but yeah, we pulled it off, and it was pretty awesome. So, first fight, Void, super easy. Second fight, I have this Black Widow, and this fight caught me off guard. With Omega Red, I was thinking, oh yeah, she's gonna throw a heavier special one, and it's gonna just keep putting bleeds on me. Well, right there, I somehow miss a parry. I don't know why. And then she's got quite a bit of power gain going on. So she parries me right there. I was like, you gotta be shitting me. And it does a lot of damage. I'm like, okay, well, let's not do that again. So I'm going to play a little bit less aggressive because I don't want to get parried again. So I push her up to special 2 so I don't have to try to dex special 1. And then the spores did the damage. So that hurt. I mean, I had to put a lot of potions back into Omega Red, which sucked, but it soloed, so that's not a huge deal. Node 26 again. This time it's a Nova, which is interesting. I've never taken Nova on 26, especially with Omega Red. That's a really interesting fight. So as you'll see, typical Omega Red fight. I'm gonna try to parry, build my spores up. Nova, of course, his AI, he wants to keep dashing back and forth so you can gain his charges, which is annoying. He gets a special 2. I'm like, all right, well, let's see what happens here. I got an invul boost on, so let's just eat the special 3 if we have to, which he ends up getting. By this point, he's like right at half health, so I'm like, all right, if I gotta eat another special 3, he'll be dead by then. So eat the special 3. I have a special 2 loaded up, so I'm gonna just toss that off. He gets a special 1, but he's pretty much dead by now, and he goes down. So kind of an interesting fight, but it went fine. I'm gonna go to path 9 again. Surprise, surprise. Then I got another Mystic Spidey here on this freaking one-eyed open node, which I hate so much. So I'm gonna take it with Omega Red again. This was a super potion heavy war, by the way. That sucked, man. I used so many potions. I'm gonna throw invul boost on because this fight can get kind of sketchy in a hurry if you're using Omega Red. Especially since I don't have Odin pre-fights, so shocks are gonna still hurt me. And right out of the gate, I went to hit his block and he dashed in on me, so there goes my invul boost. I'm just letting him hit the block so I can build up some spores here. I don't think this was like my best Sim Spidey fight, but it went by really quick, so he has a small health pool though, luckily. But yeah, he's almost dead. Luckily I had the invul boost on, so I didn't get too hurt at the beginning of the fight there. I don't know what it is, man, but I just love getting hit in the face. Throw my special 2, he's invisible, whoops. So I take a little bit of damage on that one, but he dies, so I just wanted to get out of that fight because I hate it. And then I have Thing, and you'll never guess who I'll take Thing with on Hazard Shift. You wouldn't be Shang, would it? No, let's take it with Omega Red. That's who I got assigned, so same thing as usual. I'm just gonna use the spores. I don't want to deal with things, rock charges, and all that crap, so I'm just gonna try to not hit him at all and just let the spores do the damage. Luckily the spores damage just kind of bypasses his protection anyways, so I mean, you'll see Thing goes down really quick. Like, I was actually pretty surprised here because I thought this fight was going to be kind of long and grueling, but this was like one of the easiest fights of the war for me, so yeah. So yeah, I got those locked in. I'm just gonna continue to lock them in, you know, if I can get the parry. There we go. And then right now he's got 11 rock charges, so I think yeah, right here, I hit him up to 15. I'm like, alright, I'll just bait out a special real quick, and while that's happening, maybe these spores will just kill him. But then my spores drop off, and he's got like 2% health left. I'm like, alright, come on, buddy, just frickin' throw the special so we can end this, alright? But he doesn't want to, so we're gonna dance around a little bit. And then finally I thought about it, I was like, well, I guess if I parry a couple times, I could build spores up, and then he just throws a special too, and he dies, so. But yeah, that was the easiest fight of the war, which is surprising to me. And then I went up to this spot, and I was looking at it, and I got Shang-Chi, and I thought, maybe I take this with Shang-Chi. Nope, never mind. I backed out. So those are the last two wars, two really big wars that pushed us up to the top of Platinum 1, so we're still pushing for Masters. Hopefully we can keep playing well. We're in a current war right now, and it's going pretty well, so if we keep playing well, we keep winning, we're going to be in Masters, and that would be really exciting. You guys, bye.